What's up, guys? How are we doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's happening, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Thursday? MFX members in the Zoom, what's happening? Chat, it's been a minute. It feels like I wasn't here for a while, but it was only one day. Mark Pillay, good morning. Ryan, good morning. Blessed to see a new day. Amen, brother. Jordan, good morning. Naven, Elaine, Yanette, Michaela, Kyle. Gee, what's going on and on? Yeah, guys, good morning to everybody. And I trust you all are well on this beautiful Thursday. Without further ado, guys, let's get straight into gold and see what is happening today. I see some boys got some lovely moves already done before 8 a.m. 10 is 10, so well done to those. But for us, that's on YouTube. Let's get our day started and see what is in store for us today. All right, gold actually providing with some good price action lately. Although the price increments are high, the price action is good. So let's go ahead, pan over to that daily and start to identify what we are seeing. Current daily highs as well as daily lows have been formed already. Price starting to create higher highs and higher lows, which is what has been happening for the past couple of days. So for me personally, as much as there is daily highs and lows on the dailies, for me, I'm not really going to get much of my data from that because I'm going to trade more of what is happening. Miles, you can't see my chart. Really? That's a good one. Really, you can't see my chart? What did I do? Oh, you know what? It's at the wrong browse. I don't know why this thing keeps resetting after every stream. Hold on. You are looking at your back. There we go. That should be fine, right? Let's try and zoom in. That should be fine, right? There we go. Shot for that chat. I don't know why it keeps resetting every single day. For some reason, to change between my screens. You can see there's no way I can save the set. I don't know why. Anyways, as I was saying, so gold has already made higher highs and higher lows, but I'm not taking my data so much so from the daily or the, let me just say, high time frames anymore, because more of the moves that I'm getting is going to be on that lower time frames. So yes, I can go put in the current daily highs and lows, but I'm probably going to remove it anyway. So let me just do this. Pop in current daily highs and current daily lows, but like I said, we're so far away from that price, there's not really reason for me to add them in at the moment. Pulling over to that 4 hour, gee whiz, the 4 hour actually doesn't look that great. So as I mentioned, what I'm going to have to do is take data from that lower time frame. So that is what I'm going to be using for today's trade, is just that 30-minute, 50-minute, and that 4 hour guidance, obviously. So I'm going to add in my levels like this. So there's going to be my 4 hour resistance there. And here will be my 4 hour support level I'll just have over here. Let's pan down to the 30 and then I'll adjust accordingly. So the 4 hour I'm going to drag to the highs of the current daily high. I'm also going to add in a level right here, which is my QP level, which will be my 30-minute level as well. And then this zone, I'm simply just going to tighten to those lows over there. So chat, what is the plan today? Panning over back to that 4 hour. There is not much structure that I want to read besides the fact that you have a resistance there. Price has pushed all the way to the highs. Now, if we look, before I even say, we haven't really given a pullback. If we look at what the candles itself has done, it has tested liquidity over there. So this wick will act as liquidity. There's the test for me. There's not a need that price needs to come back down to 41.50 for price to drive to the upside. It can, don't get me wrong, but it does not need to do so. okay? Because it has the liquidity already from 41.75. So my idea today is going to be simple. I'm going to look if this 4-hour can re-break its high, and I'm going to look for the longs. And essentially what it is, it's going to be a type 5 on the 4-hour. Obviously, I won't take the type 5 on the 4-hour, but the idea is going to be stemming off of that, okay? Then on the contrary, I can also see that we closed previous 4-hour after breaking highs, which is a grab of liquidity, closing engulfing at that 4-hour close. Next candle popping up after creating a bottom wick, creating a lower high. So my idea is going to be that if it starts to reject that QP, starts to flip that 4-hour low, then I will understand that price should then come down. But until then, I can't trade that, but I can use it as a possible idea. What can I then trade though? So if I look at the 30-minute structure and line it up with the 4-hour as well as the daily price, obviously overall bullish, I then see a resistance point there, right? Price breaks away from that. This should be your retest for price to drive. However, it failed to do so, ladies and gentlemen. It actually closed beneath the level. But immediately once it closed beneath the level, it shot back up and closed back above. Okay? Now, the idea for me personally is going to be that if we can get a 15 or 30-minute closure above the level, I'll see this as price grabbing liquidity, and then I'll want price to long to the resistance. Okay, so that will be the primary idea. If it fails to do so, and this 30-minute and 50-minute now closes 15 engulfing in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to look to trade this as a rejection, and then price to pretty much just come back down. As simple as that. So what I want to see right now in the next 3 minutes is if this 50 can close 15 engulfing, I'll then want to see the next candle start to pop up, grab liquidity, and as it breaks lows, I'll then look to short. The only way I can lose this trade, as I'll always identify for myself, is if the wick of the low acts as support and it rejects that. Okay? But I am currently looking to see if we can go ahead and engulf. If we can do that, I will look for my shorts. It's going to be type 2 shorts because there's my pullback. We then went and broke that. So the sentiment on structure right now is, what do you call this? Bearish on the 15 as well as the 30. So for me personally, I want to see, can we get this type 2 shorts right now? I want to see that close for me. If we can do it on the next candle, I will take the shorts. Okay. However, if you fail to do that, as I said, on that 15-minute and 30, if we close above the level, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to look for my longs. If we can do something like this, close above, pop, grab liquidity, and drive to the upside. Okay, so for me, it's a patience game right now. Drop some W's in the chat if you guys understand that and makes sense to you. But I've got 2 minutes that I need to wait. If that is, let me move this here. If that is going to be the play, then that is what I'll be taking, obviously, this morning. Okay, I see GJ is already on a rally to the upside, so that I don't use them as negative correlation pairs, but there is many times where if GJ drives to the upside, gold should continue further down. So let's see what is on the cards today. We do have 1 minute. So far, the setup is looking as the following. Only thing for me is I'm gonna have to watch these price increments, guys. It's actually crazy. Entry will be like there. So this is what I'm looking at for the setup right now. Then obviously your overall TP is down there. For me, 10 is hold on. But that will be the idea. We have 10 seconds to go. What I do want to say is we need a bottom wick. We definitely need a bottom wick on this. Okay. So there's that 15 close there. As you can see, we don't have a bottom wick, so I'm not going to be taking this trade. Do you guys see that price closed engulfing? Yes, but Maribos. Do you see that? So that for me is a no trade because it can be a sign of reversal where price now rejects this area or even forms support and then drives to the upside. So for me, I'm patiently going to be waiting, and once price comes to my setup, I'll then take it. But for now, on gold, I do have to pump the brakes and just actually wait. Yeah. But drop some dubs in the chat if you understand this analysis on gold. It is relatively straightforward. Let's see what GJ has in store for us. I see a beautiful pump already, but let's see what is on the table this morning for pound yen. So looking at GJ, for me personally, rejecting that QP level, which is quite easy because now we've got the closure above the quarter level. We have the pullback on the daily. We're now also breaking previous daily highs. I'm really going to anticipate that if price can now re-break its own current daily high, we then should see price rise, right? Panning over to that 4 hour, it is quite simple to see that you are failing the lows. So we have a pullback there. So there's the drive, there's the pullback, there's a test of that same liquidity. And then we're starting to get that microstructure bullish bias where we're continuously making highs, higher lows, higher lows. Okay? Look at the 4 hour, I'm seeing something very similar also. The only thing for me personally on the 4 hour is that there's liquidity right there. That's the only thing I'm going to notice. So for me to get involved, I don't want to get in any earlier than the break of the current daily highs. So let's go ahead and pop in the liquidity zones for that, which will be this, as well as that, and then I will just tweak accordingly. All right, let's see what's happening here. Okay, so this 4 I'm just gonna take to the, yeah, that's the thing for me, guys. It is going to be relatively aggressive, but I can definitely do it if I pull this there and I run into that area. So once I start closing above this specific zone here, which will be my 30-minute level for me, I can do one of two things. If we close above, let's say around 202.830, 202.850, around that area, I can look for the break of the highs of the current daily highs and then look to run it up into these levels of 203.150 as well as 203.495. Preferably, I prefer a trade that closes above as well as re-breaks the highs. But if it is going to be the play that it is just going to be a wick fill, I'm also okay with that. The shorts for me isn't really what I would want to take on gold on GJ. It's more so just going to be the buys. So that's going to be my play this morning, is waiting for the buys into this area here. And if that does come to play before gold, then obviously I will take that. But GJ is straightforward, man. We've got 3 zones. I'm looking to get closure above the level. If I can do that, all I'm going to trade is the range on the left-hand side, as I can see over there. Running through the resistance on the left-hand side as well as the current daily high. Should they put me in a position where price then drives to that area of 203.1. Good. So we've got about 12 minutes at the moment. Let's see what happens. So it would be safer to wait for 100%. I'm rather going to wait for closure right now on GJ. Wait for that 30 close. I wouldn't take it. Excuse me. I wouldn't take it on the break of this candle. It's a bit too aggressive because look what's happening to the left hand side. There's a reason why. Where is this highlight? There's a reason why price is rejecting there. It's not for fun. If you look to the left, there's liquidity right there. Okay? So I want to be 100% sure that when we do come near that area again, it's actually going to continue driving through. And for me personally, I feel like a 30-minute close will obviously have higher weight. So I'm going to wait for that, get my close above, and once it does it, I'll then okay. Hope that makes sense. But guys, that is it from my side for the analysis for the morning. Let's see how we are looking at gold. Gold also pretty much coming to liquidity right now, but I do have to wait, ladies and gentlemen. But if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We do this every day, Monday to Thursday, which means obviously today is going to be the last day on YouTube for you guys. Tomorrow will be a private session for the MFX members. So if you want part of that, simply just join the membership. It's as simple as that. But guys, let's get that likes up. Let's hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Do go ahead and share the stream as well. How are we doing on those likes? 50 people viewing. Sure, we can get it to at least 45. Surely. Thanks. Was just about to ask. Yeah. So for GG, I'll definitely put a pause on that. I'm gonna wait for the open. Definitely be waiting for the open. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Let's see what's happening. If you have any questions, go guys, let me know. Let me see if I've missed anything. Biggest trade I caught on gold. I saw it. Well done, Jordan. 350 pips. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Type 2 on this 30 is the plan. Yeah, I like it a lot. I definitely do like it a lot. But like I said, I just have to wait right now because that closure on gold is not that pretty. Same to you, Tarek. Hope you have a lekker one, bro. Took a nice 15 this morning, so I'm just here for the vibes. Lekker boy, well done. Finished it. Okay, let's see what we have. There could also be a possible scenario where we form support around this area. But let's see. Because I mean this is really where liquidity is now. So let's yeah. Let's see. Yo, I was laughing at that actually yesterday. I couldn't deal. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. See, even if gold, gold, I definitely want that closure bar for me to take it. But if we close type 5 set up on gold, that can be a play for me as well. Let's see what's happening on the news front today. Nothing really. No, nothing. Okay, but ultimately, if this can be that rejection candle that I spoke about, close back above there, it's an easy open. It's literally easy open. So this is exactly why I do not trade the next candle after Mariposa. Yeah, now we see it. Sorry there, let me open that door there. But guys, do you have any question? How's everybody's week? Are we up for the week? How's everybody's week going? Are you guys blue? Are you guys red? Are you break even? What's happening? Everybody should be having a good week. If you're playing the 10 is 10 game. 10k is 10k. Boise is making bags. Miles, do you think men's 100%? Bro, people fall for any sort of get rich quick scheme. It's it's crazy. People fall for it. That's the unfortunate side of the industry. People fall for scams every day. So just be careful out there, guys. My account looks like the ocean, just blue. That is awesome. That is awesome. For the guys that's not in MFX on YouTube, How's your trading? What did you say you're struggling with? What do you guys need guidance on? Or are you guys doing good? Blue, okay. Well done. Type 5 can definitely be a play on GJ. If this closes weak bearish, definitely can be a play on GJ, boys. And that will be a 30 close above. I'm just going to take the trade at break of highs. Gold. What are we looking at? Yeah, gold have to wait. So now we are forming support there. So to be honest, kind of looking at a bit more on GJ. Type 5 on gold also. But GJ just looks more clean. Yeah, GJ is definitely the more cleaner pair for me, I won't lie. But GJ, gold also has a setup happening right now, which will also be type 5. I just prefer the GJ. So if there's any position that's going to be taken at open, it's probably going to be GJ. If it closes the way it is right now. So the setup on GJ will look like this. So the GJ setup will look something like this. Okay. Gold can also be a play, but you do have your weakness on the lower. I just want to wait. But it will be grab of highs, break of lows. Very similar scenario as well. So it'll also be something like this. Okay. But yeah, I just prefer the GJ, so that's going to be my primary target at open right now. GJ needs to close weak bearish. Can't close beneath the level. And close where it is now, I'm fine with that. But it needs to close something like this weak bearish, bottom wick, break of highs, and then I'll look to it well. At the moment, I'm fine. For me personally, the perfect play on gold isn't going to be the shorts. It's going to be the closure above that QP level and the long. That's going to be the perfect trade. Let's see this close. It can't close beneath because I won't take it. There's going to be a weak closure then on the bid. Okay, pretty much in liquidity on GJ. Gold, yeah, that's not happening. Also, no top wick on that candle. So, gold definitely a no-go for me at the moment. I need to wait. I have to wait. I like the 30 close, but it's still beneath the level. So, there's nothing that I can do on the buy side of things. I can't even do a type 5 because it's on QP. So, I will need to wait, boys. GJ, I'm fine with the type 5s. We might be in liquidity, but can see what price is doing. So I'm definitely fine with the type 5s on GJ. So I'm actually going to go ahead now and put some buy stops on GJ. So buy stops from me on GJ, 202916. That's going to be my buy stop area on pound yen. The idea is that you've closed above on the 15, you've came down to grab liquidity. This candle shouldn't need more liquidity. So what should essentially happen is this candle, if it is going to drive bullish, should just pop off and break the highs and continue. So that is why I'm comfortable with taking the buys on GJ. I do have pending buy stops over here. So buy stops on GJ is there. Okay. On gold, yes, it can play out, which it is at the moment, but I just don't like that price is still closing beneath a resistance and I want to. Doesn't make sense. So as much as it can play out, as much as I can see price driving to the upside, I'm not going to take it because that isn't my setup criteria. Okay. GJ is more so that. So let's see if we get pulled in here and then I can get involved. But there is pending buy stops at the level 202916 with a 30 pip stop loss and a 10 pip gain. Let's see what happens. GJ. 'Cause on gold, I need to at least wait 15 minutes to even have the slightest idea of what I want to do there. You'll see also with GJ, I'm not going to break with the previous candle, but more so the high of that, because I feel like if I can get the flip of the daily and the re-break of that daily high, we should see more volume as well. So there should not be a stutter in the trade, you know, especially now after we've came down to grab it. So let's see what happens. We've got a decent LTA on the left hand side. So 5 looks nice. I will only remove these sell stops if I'm not entered and price starts to trade beneath 2267. Then I'll remove the sell stops because then it doesn't make sense for me to go long at that point. So then I'll remove it then. But until then, I'll still keep it there and I'll still keep everything active. And then on meat, to get involved on gold, I'm gonna have to wait for 15 or 30 closure above the level. If I can get that, then it'll be set up. But for me to do it on this running candle right now is definitely a no-go. Sorry. Risk management on a funded account. I'm going to tell you what to do, but I'll tell you what I did when I did pass TFT. I did 1.5% on tennis team. So that's what I did when I traded the prop account and we got myself and the team funded. But yeah, that's what I did. Your risk plan shouldn't really be that different on your funding towards personal anyway. I think obviously with your personal it can be a bit more aggressive, but it should be relatively the same. So with the same system as well. 1 to 2 trades a day, you win your first trade, you're done for the day. Yeah, it shouldn't be anything crazy. Also, I'll say it again, because I say it all the time, but don't let Don't let the prop firm or whatever prop firm be the judge of your progress in your trading career. There's a new scam going around where people sell you a past funded account and then you're just not getting it. That's crazy. Yo, people are thinking of every type of possible scam. Look, I'm gonna lie, gold is so tempting. Gold is so tempting, but I have to wait. I have to wait at least another 7, 8 minutes. So if gold can close above, I'm gonna remove the buy stops on GJ and I'm gonna go long on that 15 confirmation. So the 15 will have then closed above. Next candle, give me the bottom wick, and as it breaks highs, I'll go long. That will be the 30 also playing out at type 5, but like I said, I'm not taking the type 5 on the 30 because it hasn't closed above the resistance. That's the thing there. I don't like them still sitting at the resistance, which means that if I look to the left hand side, these wicks over here, they can act as a resistance. Okay. So there is a high risk factor in this trade. Then it could possibly be in the next 7 8 minutes. Okay, so for me on GJ, I'm gonna be removing these cells, these buy stops, because I would have wanted it to go already. So on GJ, guys, I'm gonna remove my buy stops right now. And I'll rather than wait for a reset. Just because for me personally, I would have wanted it to drive bullish already. Okay. So now on GJ, same vibe, I have to wait for 15 if I want to get involved. Gold yesterday, 5 minutes was over 200. Jeez, I saw that. I think it was a minute candle actually. Was over 250 pips. Imagine trading without a stop loss and it goes in the wrong direction. It's crazy. That is crazy. Could never be me. You have to have a stop loss. Cheers, peeps. I'm going to loving you before. Cheers, Dion. Have a lack one. I think it's a very good test of discipline to see someone take a trade, but you've already taken a trade and then you not taking that trade. You know, you don't get FOMO. You just chilled about it. It's a good test. Mentors out there saying no stop loss is no loss. Yeah, that's wild. No, we have to have no stop loss. For a lot of people don't realize it, but taking a loss because of your plan and because of your set stop loss shows you that your plan is also in favor because you are disciplined enough to take a close. People don't want to do that. People don't want to see closures. They don't want to close their losses. Gotta do it. Gold looking bloody good. Won't lie to you. This is one of those right now where it's literally like it's one of those where the setup is happening right now and you might miss it. It's one of those. And if you miss it, it's gone. But I don't want to get into aggressively unless that 15 can close for me. There's that 5 close, but the 5 also in liquidity. If this 5 pulls back and re-breaks highs, I'm going in aggressive. Okay. But as it stands right now, I don't want it. Because the thing is, I don't want this candle to start rejecting when I take it, and then it only closes. And then I could have gotten a better entry if I just waited. So I have to be patient right now. The only way I'll get in aggressively is this within this 4 minutes that's left. This candle pulls back and rebreaks highs and drops. But until then, I'm still going to be sitting on my hands. 4 minutes. 4 minutes to possible liftoff. So the time 530 got my 50. Well done. For me, I just didn't want to be that aggressive. Ugh. But well done, boy. Okay, 3 minutes for me. Can gold. Hold on. Can gold. 2 minutes. Gold just needs to wait. Gold needs to wait. Stop for me will also be on the next candle's bottom low. Perfectly. If we close like this, give a strong rejection after grabbing 42.25. Beautiful. Beautiful. There's no such thing as a dumb question. I will show you the website I use just after this trade, okay? But you can check out my FX books along. Weird, I was actually speaking about it yesterday last night in our Wednesday night webinar. But I'll show it to you now after this trade. Okay, guys, if I do take this position, do note that this is not financial advice, purely just education, entertainment, and this is also just my own trades that I showcase on a live stream. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully we don't get a Maribosa close, because then I want to get content position. Come on, gold, give us something nice. Okay, there's a close. Now I need price to pull down. I need price to pull down, and then at break of highs, I will go long. But I need to see price pull down. This is too shallow for me. Pull down gold. Pull down. There we go. Pull down. Pull down. already going to give gold a 60 pip stop. Perfect. Pull down gold. That's perfect. Okay. Now the price is pulling down. I'm going to go ahead and put in buy stops. 42, 32, 23. So buy stops on Goldilocks. For me personally, 42, 32.23. Yeah. And once I'm activated, my stop is going to be at the low of this candle. So at the moment, it's about 25 pips. But I'm keeping for 60 for now. Let's see what happens. I'm going to trust that the volume is going to push us right through that chart. Do definitely see that zone on the left, but with the way we've driven now, the liquidity is there. So I want to see if we can run right through it. My day off today, day 10 of seeing if 10 is 10, smack it now, 100% Dylan. So as I mentioned, boys, I do have buy stops 42, 32.23. At the moment, you look at a 60 pip stop, and then TP1 is 10, oval TP sitting at 75. Let's see what happens here. Okay, that is me on gold buys. At the moment, I got my entry. So let's see if we can continue driving, boys and girls. Let's see. What I'm going to do here is adjust my stop loss to 40 bags. And let's see what happens here. There we go, TP1, boys. There we go, TP1 on the head. Stops to break even for me. W's in the chat. There we go once again. Another one, boys. Another one. DJ Khaled. Another one. DJ Khaled. Another one. So for me personally, I am out full at 10. But you know what? I know this thing. This thing can still rip, my guy. This thing can still rip. But I'm happy. 10 is 10. I came here. I did what I needed to do. We won't complain. 10 is 10 all day. Can we get some W's in the chat if you learned from that? W's in the chat if you earned from that. W's in the chat just because you can put a damn W. You know what I mean? So we are live right now on YouTube and we just caught these beautiful gold longs with myself, the team, and the people on stream. Let's go. Lekker boys, I'm done for the day. Thank you for your time. Reese, you had a question. So for me personally, I use this. So you can go here, my FX book, position size calculator. So it's going to look like this when you come here. And then all you're going to do is go to FX calculators. You're going to go to position size calculator. And then you type in all your digits here. I'll give you an example so you can. Why my email come up? Now people are going to send me emails. Just so you can have like some sort of understanding. So for example, you're going to go to gold, a dollar account, and then you put your account size in. Let's say for example, it's a $10,000 account. Okay, and you then want to risk 3% of the account. You put the 3 in there, and your stop loss must be in points, not pips. So for every 10 points, it's equal to 1 pip. So in other words, to get a 30, Christian, that is a crack one. I won't lie to you. For every 10 points is 1 pip. So if I want 30 pips, I need to do 300 points. I calculate that, and it will give me the lot size I should be using and the money that could be at risk. Because remember, this is what I'm risking. You always calculate what is at risk and not what you gain. Because what you gain will always be different. But you need the constant of what is at risk every time there is exposure to the markets. Good. But yeah, as simple as that. That's how I do it. But ladies and gentlemen, that is me for the day. It is 20 past 9. Now we can go have tea and biscuits. Okay, cool, perfect. Chat, do we have any questions? Holy moly, that is so crazy. As soon as I hit TP, 20 people leave. That is crazy. So you guys just come here for my trade. That is crazy. Yeah, 100% in it. Because there was that area on the left hand side, that is why I took everything off at 10. I don't care if this thing runs for it. I took my 10 and I took a run for it. No partials, no nothing. I took my 10 and a run. Oh yeah, we used to call them pippers and dippers. They come for the pips and then they dip. It's all good though. But chat, you're gonna have tea and biscuits. I'm gonna make my bed now. Hey bro, you staan op laat. My bed was made at 6 a.m. this morning already. But now for real, I'll break fast and then go cut my hair. It's Thursday, so we're getting a fresh cut today. And then I'll go jump. Yo, Rihanna, I read something else. I replaced that O with the I. Miles, is it a good idea to run multiple accounts? I can copy trade. For me personally, with every account that I manage for myself, what is the purpose behind it? Like, what is the purpose of me? Why is my lighting so dark? My camera lighting is very dark, I don't know why. But what is the purpose behind it? You know? Why do I need to run multiple accounts? So for me personally, I don't run multiple accounts. I run one big account, and that's all I do. I don't trade prop firm. I don't do any of that bullshit. I just trade one personal account that is relatively large. I won't lie, and I trade them. It's my day off. I must relax. Okay. Touche, my dude. Another day, another tennis 10. Yes, sir. Miles, I bought PH10 still water yesterday only because it's tennis 10. Yes, sir. Tennis 10, my bro. What actually happened to GJ? Man, GJ, nothing. But yeah, boys, do we have any questions before I love and leave you? If you want to obviously see me tomorrow, I am live streaming tomorrow, but privately for the MFX members. It's simple. Join the MFX membership and you'll be part of that also tomorrow. Yo, the boy's making money. Damn. Okay. The boy's making money. Guys, if you took any trades or whatever, do feel free to tag me or send me results straight. That is crazy. $8,000 on one trade. Bro, that is nuts. On 10 is 10? And you think you need more than 10 pips? Mad. Mad. Question for all the gym boots, USN or Nutritech? At the moment, I'm using USN on almost all my products. Oh, he's specifically talking about mass gainer. To be honest, I've always been the bigger built person, so I never had to do a mass gainer. But yeah, I think USN at the moment is just NPL is also nice. Nutritech makes me use the loo a lot. Like I was using Nutritech's, what do you call this? I was using Nutritech's whey protein, and it really upset my stomach bad. Like not to the point where I was running to the bathroom, but I had hectic stomach pains. Is it always good to use buy or sell stops? No. Buy or sell stops and market execution is all dependent on the specific trade that I take. That's why you'll see I sometimes use buy stops, sometimes use market execution, but it's all dependent on the trade conditions and my plan at that point, according to the MFX strategy. Cheers, Kevin, have a lekker one. I remember when mentors used to celebrate 10 is 10, but now takes jabs at 10 is 10. Yeah. The thing is, if you can't beat the person, you always try and jab at them or something like that. It's part of the game, you know. A threat, when a threat is identified, you'll always try and shoot your shot. Always try and shoot jabs. That's why you see me, I don't shoot jabs. I don't go after anybody because fuck it, nobody's competition for me. I'm on a different level. So I don't even entertain that bullshit. Uh, but yeah, boys, for real though, I think I'm out. I think I'm good. Last call for any questions, then I'm out of here. Today was a good session. The week itself, once again, 0 losses for the week, bro. Once again, we don't even know what a loss is. But that's me. All right. MFX members in the Zoom as well. I think we'll call it there for you guys as well. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 8:30 for London. Also, bring your journals with as well because we're going to be doing accountability also. Okay. YouTube, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. It's been a lovely week once again with 0 losses, 100% hit rate for the week. If anybody is trading this afternoon as well as tomorrow, just make sure you trade safe. Don't overtrade. Don't catch on any nonsense. And then I'll see YouTube on Monday, 8:30 GMT +2. Cheers, boys. Have a